Hello and welcome back to NJ Wedding Pro Podcast. My name is Tim at Wedding Photo NJ, and today we have a awesome guest with us today, a romance travel specialist, Victoria.
Hi,
So,
Tim.
how are you? Thank you
I'm
for
good.
coming in and sitting down to chat with me. We're going to go over some awesome just tips and things to know from the wedding planning experience and just all the expertise that you have as a wedding planner and travel specialist. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, Tim. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Viktoria Kagramanova. I'm owner of the company named Magic Events and Travel. So from the name of the company, you can tell that I do both event planning and travel planning.
Yeah,
So yeah.
which is that's a really, I think, good person to have as somebody who is like really understands all the aspects of what goes into not just planning a wedding, but even specifically a destination wedding, things like that. Which is um, if you're in the planning process and this is something that you're considering doing a destination wedding or planning a wedding in general, there's a lot to know for sure, and I'm sure you've had just a lot of experience that to get you to where you're at now. So what are some of those things that you've kind of learned along the way that would be helpful for couples that are in this process?
Sure, I'm glad to share
Yeah.
the information. So, um, a little bit about myself. I started my business as an event planner, right? I was a stay-at-home mom. Uh, I just wanted to do something that not just home and
Mm-hmm.
kids. I love my kids so much. That's why I wanted to have something else I love to do. So I'm not like a mom who my
Yeah.
kids and that's it. That's all I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted my kids to have a happy mom. So I decided to start something on my own, and thanks to my husband, he gave me that opportunity, that time for myself to go and study. I found a school, I found courses,
Mm-hmm.
and for almost 2 years, I've been learning business side, business aspect of the event planning.
Yeah.
And what helped me to start my business, by the time I finished my school, I had the whole business plan. So I just jumped into it. And I started from the kids' birthday parties, and like little by little, I'm here in the wedding planning
Yeah.
industry.
That's awesome. So that was how many years ago that you went to school, like to get the education?
I made the decision probably. I was thinking about that in 2018. That's actually when I had my second baby.
Okay.
So I had two boys by that time,
Yeah.
and I went to school in 2019. Finished. Oh yeah. So about like 20 end of 2019, I finished my school by
Okay.
that time. So officially opened my business in 2020
Okay.
in
which
February.
was which was
In
interesting
February.
timing. And funny enough, that was so in actually May of 2020, that was our wedding date for my wife and I.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, so it was like one of those things that I'm sure a lot of people kind of, things came out of left field where there was just like all this change and things that that you had to do to adjust. And I was also like pretty new on my own. For it would only had been maybe a couple years that I was really like out on my own doing photography, even though I had been doing it since like 2012. So that was like a whole experience in itself. But so how did that affect? You're just starting out, and now you're like, okay, there's a
It
lot of
was
like
fun.
travel restrictions, things that that you definitely have to be prepared for.
I was a little frustrated. I mean, now I talk about that with a smile. It
Hmm.
was because now you can realize that it was an experience, and any experience is good, bad, or like good.
Yeah.
It helps you in the future to make right decisions.
Yeah.
So, what happened to me? My first event. So I started from the kids events,
Right.
kids entertainment. So first thing what I did after I finished my school, I officially opened my business, and I started to plan big event for like. So I had the venue. I don't remember exactly for how many people it was, but up to 100 for sure. So I was planning a big family event with entertainment, characters, dining. I had different vendors. So, and I worked that out like so fast that by March I had all the vendors, everything was planned, I had the venue. All I needed just to pay the deposit, like to pay deposits to people. And then like first week, second week, like we're waiting for something like, can we do that? No,
Yeah.
like, and after the shutdown, I'm glad that I have very good vendors who actually like they're in the same situation as I am. So they got it right. They were not mad with me, upset with me. So we just talked like we decided that after the end of all this, we gonna do this event, but a little later. We're just gonna postpone it.
Right.
So first I was very upset because it was supposed to be my start, right?
Yeah.
So what I was planning, I wanted more people to know who I am, what I do, that I bring happiness, that kind of entertainment. Actually, I live in HT, Harbor Township. So in that area back then, we didn't have much for kids. We didn't have the like kids, like probably one jumping center, like trampoline or something.
Right.
Chuck E. Cheese, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So I had two little boys who like, I was thinking about them when I was doing this. I was thinking like, I want my kids to have something in our area where they can go and have fun, and it's gonna be on a high level. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so probably my kids, they gave me that passion to do that.
Yeah.
That start.
I love that it came out of like, it wasn't something that came out of nowhere. It kind of came from just wanting to, create something that you would actually appreciate as well, being a parent. And it was, I remember just talking to you a little bit ago, and you were mentioning something similar about, the travel destination wedding aspect, where it's like, having to work with different professionals and feeling like, you know what, like maybe this is something that I can do a better job of and give people a better experience. So, and I love how sometimes that's kind of how things come out of, just this place of feeling like it's something that you would appreciate, that it exists for yourself, and then you get to share it with everybody else.
That's all about community. We live in a community where we want to be happy. We want to experience good restaurants, good entertainment. We want to have places to go to. We want to have people to like meet, talk to, right? That's why I actually started to join that networking events because I didn't know anyone. When like we used to live in Ocean City before, and when we moved to HT, we just knew like a couple of friends. And when you do business, you want to know people who you work with, right? You want to like, you want that live communication,
Right.
right? So For me, it was very important because nowadays, with this, like social media, everyone is on the phone. Everyone is like, even meetings, it's virtual. Like unless like my partner's in different country, I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Zoom or whatever
Yeah.
meeting. But if you live like 20, 30 minutes away from each other, I don't get it. Like
Hmm.
I want to see person.
Yeah.
I can do like a quick phone call, but I always prefer to meet vendors I work with. I prefer to meet my clients in person because who knows, maybe we meet and the person like she or he they're not gonna like me, or I'm not gonna feel that connection. You know,
Right.
it's very important when you are in wedding industry. You're not gonna hire someone you don't have that connection,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That's that kind of experience you have. That's the best day of your life, right? Wedding.
Hmm.
And you want to have someone around you you feel comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I do feel like the convenience of being able to do a virtual meeting is great and all, but I definitely love meeting in person, whether it's for client consultation, or if it's for networking, and so I love that the way that we met was through Wed Society. So
yes,
we should definitely shout out Wed Society South Jersey. But yeah, they really create an awesome opportunity for wedding professionals to just get
of
together.
course.
And yeah, and it's not just like, hey, this is a bridal show and you're all get to attend. And it's a lot more of really just making these connections, like you said, and friendships and partnerships and whatever that looks like to
That's very important.
to help everyone. Yeah, so it really is like a nice thing to be able to meet in person.
I wanted to add to the connections. This business actually brought me a couple of really good friends.
Yeah.
Um, First, we started like to do business together. Like I was doing event in the venue, right? And the owner of that venue, she became my really good friend.
Hmm.
We don't do business anymore, but like we're still, like
Still connected and still
Yes.
talk. That's awesome.
Same, another friend, I used to do events like parties at her space.
Hmm.
I don't do that anymore, but I have a great friend thanks to this business.
Yeah.
So, uh, magic events and travel, it's not only a job for me. That's the way uh, to meet people, to connect, to be present here now, and like community is very important,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and that's second reason why I do that, because honestly, I'm mom first and business owner. That's a little behind,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. I was gonna
That's
say I
why.
figured that was gonna be one of those things that we eventually got into, is like balancing being a parent and also being a business owner, because it is definitely a tricky thing to navigate for
It
sure. So
is, it is, but I feel like for myself, I'm a happy person when I do this.
yeah.
I come home after work and, like I'm in a good mood. I love what I do. I appreciate like everything I have, everything I do. And my kids feel that because,
Yeah.
oh, mom, you're such a great mood.
Hmm. I love that, and
you
I
know,
love that it also creates the example for them, as they're growing up and getting older, and they get to see that you can do anything that you want to if there's something that you
of
really enjoy,
course.
and I think that that's something that also is like just a really important aspect to have, but yeah, finding that balance between making sure that at the end of the day you're almost you're a parent first as much as you are a professional.
Yeah.
When you take that hat off,
That's true.
it's all yeah, it's all about like the family. This is what you do it all for. So I love that. um So I wanted to ask about just being a travel agent as opposed to specializing in like what you do as a romance travel specialist. So there's definitely a huge difference from just getting somebody that is like can book you a a vacation as opposed to who's gonna like organize like a destination wedding or
I
something.
do I can book family vacations
Mm-hmm.
too, but as a I specialize right on romance travel. Uh, like, can I tell the story how it all started? It's gonna be easier.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I, as an event planner, right, I used to do the social events, different like birthday parties, kids parties, like different kind of entertainment. So I had that bride. She was interested in a more intimate wedding. She wasn't sure how big she wants her wedding. She
Mm-hmm.
wasn't sure she wants it just to be her and her groom, or she wants to have some guests. So we were like in between what to do. We started to look for the venues first, and the it wasn't an issue, but like she had an exact date she wanted to have, and it was only a couple months, I believe, before the date.
Yeah.
So it
So
was
kind of
the
short.
same year. Yeah, we had just like short period of time to
Yeah.
like put everything together. Even though I had like other vendors, the venue was a like question
Mm-hmm.
what to do. So I don't know, like I don't remember how it happened. I was like, oh, destination wedding. It's something we can do. So I just asked her, like, are you interested in destination wedding? She was like, how does it work? So I told her, like, you go somewhere to any destination you want to, you do your wedding over there, and you're on a honeymoon right away.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like, like
I love that.
win-win.
Yeah.
So she was like, I love that. I want
Mm-hmm.
this, let's do it. And now, I mean, I do wedding planning, but I realize like I have to partner with a travel advisor.
Right.
So, from my experience, I always, for my vacations, I use different travel agents, and I wasn't happy with the experience I had. So, it was either to find someone else, and you're not gonna know like how it's gonna work because it's gonna be someone new, or you just do it on your own. So like if I don't know how to do something, I always go for it. That's fine, I'm gonna learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do my whole life. I'm like eternal student.
Yeah.
Never stop learning, and that's how I'm here. I became a travel advisor. I keep learning. I my bride went to Punta Cana. She was very happy. She had the best day of her life, and I like thanks to her,
Yeah.
it was like a start of something new.
Yeah.
Like something happens. There's always whatever happens in your life, it happens for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. I totally agree.
So I I live with that thought that that's how it is.
Yeah.
So even if there's obstacles happen, I always try to take to learn from that, and just that's okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Believe with that. I can do better. So just I go forward. I never look back.
Yeah. It's a
And that's how I jump from like kids entertainment to like bigger social events to wedding planning,
mm-hmm.
and then travel. Like I can do different. It can be family travel, like anything,
Yeah.
whatever you want to go, whatever you want to do. I can do that, but I try to put all my focus here in the wedding industry because um, I like you know, like today it's very hard for travel agents to prove their right for how to say it, like their right
Like a
for
right fit.
like for existence, probably right for
Right.
existence, because in this I mean as a business owner,
Right.
because everyone can just take a phone, click book, right,
Right.
use like booking.com or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't have soul,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And now, like for me, it's not like I'm trying to prove like something to someone, like, yeah, like you need this, hire me.
Right.
No, I don't want to do that. Like everyone can do whatever they want. Like you can use your phone and do it by yourself, but I just want to people to realize that um, having travel advisor, that's actually good perks to have,
Yeah.
because you have someone by your side who you can just make a call and say, hey, I need this, I booked this hotel but I have a problem, like check-in at 4 o'clock, but I'm here, it's 1 p.m. and I'm here, maybe you can like take care of me and ask if I can, you know, like all the steps
Yeah.
you can skip, like with the hotels, flights, insurance. You're gonna have that concierge, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
someone
Right.
who is here for you, one person who's gonna take care of you.
Right.
And it's either your family vacation or it's your honeymoon. Honeymoon, that's something you just want to go there and enjoy it. You don't want to take care of that booking
I totally
process,
agree.
like researching. That's lots of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
some
think
people don't realize that.
it's definitely very different. Just kind of, oh, we're just doing a little family trip as opposed to like a honeymoon, where it really is like one of those things where you want to just enjoy it and not feel like you have to be the person that is
And
doing everything.
take care of
Yeah,
something.
we
Yeah.
we talked about just having kids and taking them like to the beach, and you talk about how like even just going to a trip to the beach, and it's like all this stuff that you have to carry and pack and worry about, and you know, when you consider that's just going down the street, or taking a trip to to the shore or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Very different
exactly.
packing up to
Being a
go like
kid
get
to
on a
go on,
plane.
being a kid and go on the beach, and
Yeah.
being an adult to go on the beach, that's
Hmm.
two complete different things.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it's definitely a lot more involved, and even just knowing how like a simple small little trip uh, can be a lot. It can be a lot of work, and it takes away a little bit from the enjoyment and just being able to like just relax
Yeah.
and just soak everything in. And but for sure, when it comes to planning like the whole wedding, I feel like that's where it's like a must have. Like you really can't
Of course.
do all of that on your own.
You know, I know a few couples personally who had that experience. Oh, why do I need like a travel advisor or someone in between me and hotel? I can do it all on my own. What, I can just like contact them and that's it, right? They have their own wedding planner on side. I don't need that travel advisor in the middle, right? But then they realize that that's so much work, paperwork, like all that calls,
Yeah.
all that guests. You have to take care of your own wedding, like dress, um, right? You want to take care of your makeup, how
Oh
you're
yeah.
gonna look like. You have to think about your guests, who's gonna come, how many rooms you need. You need to take that block. You know, like there's so many aspects
Hmm.
that yes, anyone can do that, but like why can't you just hire a professional who's gonna take all the stress off your shoulders and do it for yourself? Same like with a photographer. You can just ask your aunt, your sister, right, to take pictures.
Right.
Why do you need a makeup artist? Just do it by yourself.
Hmm.
And every like specialist, right? Any vendor, it's a specialist in their industry, like in like photography, videography, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is professionals, and you want to have the team, right, who is taking professional care of you. Same with the travel advisor. Uh, you are going to plan, like, not everyone is doing destination wedding, but everyone is doing honeymoons, right?
Right.
Every couple. If it's even not like exactly right after the wedding, maybe like later on, but still they're gonna have it, right? They're
Yeah.
gonna do it. So it is much easier to like ask for help, to have someone, right, who is just like, listen, I want to go here, this destination. I want to go to Italy, right? I want to go like Punta Cana, whatever. It doesn't matter where.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go there, relax. I don't want to think about anything at all.
Yeah.
Just take care of me. That's it. And like actually, like not all of the people know how it works. It's not gonna cost you a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Like having a travel specialist for your honeymoon, it's actually gonna cost you nothing. You know
Right.
why? Because like we are that trampoline between the suppliers and clients.
Mm-hmm.
So we are hired by the suppliers.
Mm-hmm.
So the client, that's someone who just they receive all this experience without paying extra. Like maybe some couples think that if they're gonna avoid this route and they're gonna go
Right.
directly to the suppliers, they're gonna pay less. That's not true, because like whatever, like our commission, whatever we receive, it's already included in the
Right.
price. So it doesn't matter who someone is gonna receive it anyway.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay the same price.
But you're not going to get the service
But
that you're going to provide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. And that's something that I didn't realize until only so many years ago, that it, like, having a travel agent isn't like a huge additional expense, kind of like what you're saying. But the benefit, like, you have built all these relationships with all these different places. You know them very well.
Of
And
course.
so I feel like that's one of those things that is really going to come in handy if you're like, well, I want to do a destination wedding here. And you can kind of give them really a lot of insight into, why that might be a good idea, or maybe why that might not be good, or here's another option.
Of course. And talking about the travel, right, aspect. As for myself, like I said before, I'm an eternal student.
Mm-hmm.
Not every day, but every other day for sure. Sometimes even every day. I do that learning, like webinars.
Yeah.
Like different destinations. This is a part of our job, because there's always, like in travel, something changes. Different rules, different restrictions. All the countries has like their own laws, right?
Right.
And even like one of my clients I have now, he told me a story how he went on a trip once, and he had, with the travel agent, he had no idea that passport has like 6 months, like it wasn't expired. So he went to the airport,
Yeah.
and it was about to expire in 3 months.
Okay.
And you need to have that gap of 6 months.
Okay.
So you cannot enter another country.
Yeah. I didn't
Zero.
realize that was a
Yeah.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like such a small things, like when you plan it on your own,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna read all that laws, I
Yeah.
mean, unless you like planning.
Yeah, I feel like most people won't. They'll skim through and they just kind of assume like, well, I still have a passport. It's still good.
So he missed his plane.
Yeah, and that's such a
Just
shame.
this
It's not something you
small-
want to find out like as you're boarding the flight that you can't get on. So that, yeah, these are all those things
That
that,
was a sad story.
yeah, these are all those things that it's like really helpful to have somebody on the inside. And one of the things that I want to just kind of point out that, and I've always said this, that I love about destination weddings, because I used to do them a lot more than I do now. So I've been to like Mexico, I've done like Cancun, I've done Bahamas,
Oh,
Puerto
nice. So you've
Rico,
been to many
Dominican
countries.
Republic. Yeah, like so I've gotten to go to a lot of different places. Um, but one of the things that I noticed that is the biggest difference between doing a traditional wedding, locally, is you have that 4 hour reception basically, and then that's kind of it. Whereas a destination wedding, it's usually the whole weekend, or it's a multiple day thing. So you get the opportunity to like hang out with your guests and make what would be just one night of a wedding into like just an entire
Yes,
experience.
that's the whole experience, not only for the bride and groom, right? But for the whole party. So you can have there all your favorite people in one place and celebrate your day for the like during the usually it's not less than 3 days,
Hmm.
like week is even better.
Yeah.
So people go there and they have a great time, not only the reception, but they have breakfast together. They go on the beach the day after, right? And
Yeah.
all this like um
Sometimes
they
like the
can go,
excursions and stuff
yes,
you
yes,
you
they
do
can
together.
go some, they can do whatever they want all together
Yeah.
to celebrate bride and groom, not just for a few hours, but for a few days.
Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is, and I remember, and I want to say this was the wedding in the Bahamas that I did, and the father of the bride, when I guess when the couple told him that they were going to do a destination wedding, and he was like so against it. He was just like, I'm sure there's like a dozen reasons as to why you wouldn't necessarily think that that might be a good idea, but he ended up, giving a speech at the wedding, and he was just like, this was such a good idea. He's like, everybody should do a destination wedding, and I feel like that's one of those things that, when you experience it, and especially if you've gone to a wedding before, any local wedding at a ballroom, it's a very different experience, and it's.
It is. I just wanted to say it's a different experience.
Mhm.
Like having local wedding, it's great. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not against it, but destination wedding just different experience. That's up to like bride and groom to decide what they would like to have, what kind
Mhm.
of experience they would like to receive, and why it is great. Another like side of it, when you go for your vacation somewhere, you leave your like house, right, for a few days. Have you ever like noticed like you become a different person?
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, absolutely.
you leave all your like problems, work, everything behind you. You just go and enjoy your vacation.
Hmm.
So destination wedding, that's a vacation.
Yeah.
Plus benefits, you're getting married.
Yeah.
And there is, if this is like Caribbean, for example, there's a beach, if that's an all inclusive resort, you have everything on site. You
Hmm.
don't have to take care of breakfast, lunch, dinner, what to do, where to go. Like it's all there,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And you just enjoy yourself,
Yeah.
right?
And I love that, especially too, because there's this term, post wedding blues. So when the wedding reception is done and it's like the last song, and then you're like, oh, that was it. And especially the morning after, I feel like is when couples, it really hits them, because you spent all this time planning the wedding and all
Mm-hmm.
the excitement and everything leading up to it. And then, you wake up and you're like, oh man, like it's all, and you're married,
Mm-hmm.
and like that is the exciting part. But the the celebration is kind of behind you at this point. And you don't get that quite as much, I would imagine, with a destination wedding where it's, you know, after the wedding ceremony and after the reception, and then it's like you're probably going to spend the next couple days at
Oh,
least
yes.
like just hanging out and doing stuff, and so like you get to just kind of keep that
You
excitement.
know, it's like, oh, when it's here locally, oh, back to reality. You know,
Right,
it's
yeah.
over. That's it.
And I think that's one of those things that not enough couples are aware that that is a thing that they should just kind of mentally prepare for. But yeah, if that's something that you're, you know, really, you know, thinking that that's not something that you would want, a destination wedding is something that maybe is a good consideration.
Yeah, it
For
is.
anybody that is wondering, well, like, what does that even cost? Like, you know, when you compare a local wedding to a destination wedding, what's the difference? Because I'm sure it's a huge range.
Honestly, sometimes depending like how big the wedding is. Another thing, like people don't know that it's not gonna cost you a fortune. Sometimes destination wedding is even more affordable
Hmm.
than wedding locally
Yeah,
because the prices now are insane.
yeah,
So
they're definitely
so going somewhere and having like you know some couples they even take their own photographers,
mhm.
makeup artists, they bring everyone, they take them as a guests on
Right.
site. So the whole party, if you have vendors you would like to use over there on destination, you can do that.
Hmm. Which is definitely, there's a benefit to that, like as opposed to trusting whoever is out there. If there's somebody that you already
Yeah.
like, and you're like, well, let me see if they travel, that's definitely an option. But I think that's one of those things that not all couples understand, is that a lot of times it's a little bit more cost effective than doing something local at a ballroom where, you know, it could end up being like, you know, 50 to $80,000
Yeah, it's very
overall for,
expensive
yeah, for
just for the venue.
just for the venue and everything else. And so when you consider like, oh well, you know, maybe there's, you know, there's some benefits to looking into destination weddings.
That's
Um,
for sure.
and I want to say, I just saw recently how um, even just elopements and like courthouse weddings are becoming more and more popular.
That's actually something, yes,
Yeah.
that it becomes more popular. Like the one you said, baby moons,
Hmm.
anniversaries, wow renewals. That's something actually very popular today because not, for example, me, we didn't have a big wedding, me and my husband.
Hmm.
So this is something for us to consider. That's my actually plan. I
Yeah.
have to tell it to my husband.
Yeah.
One of our anniversaries, it's gonna be our 10th wedding anniversary next year.
Oh,
But
congrats.
we are together for almost 18 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, half of my life we are together, right?
Hmm.
And this is something to celebrate.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to do that for our renewal. One
Yeah.
day we'll do that. One of our anniversaries, we'll go and do that. So that's as an example, right?
Yeah.
That I'm not the only one who, like, after 10, 20, 30 years together, people just want to um, do that, to live that moment again. You know,
Right.
like,
Which I think is so nice. And with the last wedding that I did was actually a very I don't want to say last minute, but it was planned in a short amount of time. And they decided, because originally, and I feel like this is a lot of times how it starts, they started the planning process. You know, they started getting into it, and they were like, oh wow, this is definitely going to be a lot to take on. And so they started considering other options, and they ended up going with, let's just do a courthouse ceremony, and
that's
then
what
we're
we
just going
did.
to do a really nice trip and travel for like a couple of weeks. And I feel like even in a situation like that, it's like you could still really be a helpful uh, person in that situation because you're helping with like
Sure.
that entire process. But I think that's going to become more and more popular, especially as couples are kind of deciding like, well, with the cost of housing, and we want to, we've been together for so long, we want to like get our own house together.
We want to have a house or a wedding.
Yeah, and you're in between like, well, what do we do? Do we spend like, uh, tens of thousands of dollars on throwing a big celebration, or do we do something that is maybe not quite as traditional, but you're still going to appreciate it just as much? And I think those couples that are, considering, they're in between doing the big traditional wedding and doing a courthouse wedding. I almost feel like the destination wedding is like kind of right in between that, where it fits perfectly.
Like before, traditional wedding, it was a must-have.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have other options. That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. You have this wedding. You have like a cake cutting. It was like the whole plan for everyone, and nothing else can like be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, people are just they do whatever they want to do,
Right.
right? Like if they feel like they don't want to do big wedding, they don't do that. They don't listen to anyone. They just go for it, and that's their life, their decision, right?
Yeah. Is that
So
is that like some of the trends that you're seeing over the past like couple of years?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because I don't know. That's like with all the social medias and all this, whatever happens in the world, like
Mm-hmm.
world changes
Yeah.
like a lot in every single industry. So for the wedding industry, from what I see from the couples, it was like, yeah, that's how. It wasn't even a question how we are going to do that. We
Right.
need the venue. We need photographer. We need like big cake. And someone told me, I don't remember who was that. That even cake, it can be fake now. You can have like
Yeah.
one side
I've
of the
seen it.
cake, just for the picture, and the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the cake on the back, it's fake.
Yeah.
That's something new
It's a
for me.
thing. Yeah. And I mean, even just the cake cutting tradition in general, I feel like has been uh, changed a lot, because it used to be you kind of stop the reception, everybody kind of, the spotlight's on the couple, and then you're doing like garter bouquet toss around that time too. Whereas now, it's definitely been more of a trend over the past year or so that you don't even stop the party; it just keeps
Oh,
going.
really?
Yeah, you just cut the cake, you get the pictures, and then they jump right back into, dancing, having a good time, which I can appreciate, because if that's not your personality to be in the spotlight and have everything stop for you, then, and you want to just let the
That's
guests
true.
like enjoy themselves, and but yeah, so I think that's kind of just how things are going, where it's the traditions are definitely changing, and like you said, couples are really just going for things that they feel like resonates with them, even if it's not the tradition and the way that things have kind of gone for the past however many
That's true.
years.
I even have some couples. I talked to one of the brides, and she had the wedding like about 15, 16 years ago, and it was huge. It was like about 400 people. And what she told me, if she would have that wedding now, it probably gonna be like 20, 30 people.
Yeah, yeah, it's
She's just
so
gonna do
different.
something small,
Hmm.
whatever she wants to do, not because like it has to be this way, but the way she wants it to be.
Yeah,
And she would just go for like honeymoon,
yeah, and I think it's so much more acceptable to do that now. Whereas like kind of what you said, it wasn't really a thought, like that was just the must have. Like you're gonna do everything locally, hire all the the people on the checklist, the photographer, the hair and makeup, all that, and yeah, things have, and it makes sense that things have just kind of changed over the years. But I do feel like there's a lot of couples that they're totally okay with doing things the way that they want to, and I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, it's about them. It's it's whatever it is that they
It's
want.
not about their parents, their families, or like someone else. That's about them, and they are the one who have to make that decision, how to like what they want to do on this
Yeah.
day and how they see it.
Yeah.
So
So I wanted to ask, what are some of the like really popular places that you're seeing couples either
Just
get married or just go for a
travel
honeymoon?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Two destinations I plan the most are Caribbean and Europe, because some couples they would like just to go for their honeymoon and lay on the beach, do nothing,
Yeah.
go to the all-inclusive, and that's it. That's the plan. Best day of their lives, best trip. So they see it this way. And there's other couples who they want to go on hiking, like see like 5 cities in 10 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like actually like travel and
they need action. They want to travel. They want to see places. They want to like, so that's another thing, like to show that everyone is different.
yeah.
Even here in honeymoon, everyone choose their own path how to do it. There's no one plan for the honeymoon. It's supposed to be this way. No, you can do it like you choose with your bridegroom. You decide how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So, but like for United States, most of the couple they pick either Europe or Caribbean.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's so funny because I remember when we were, my wife and I were talking about our honeymoon and what we were going to do after
Where did
the
you go?
ceremony. And so we ended up planning, we did Cancun. But what was funny was she originally was like, oh, maybe we can do, Europe and we can, do some backpacking. And I was like the opposite, where I was like, I think maybe after all the planning and everything, you might want to just kind of relax on the beach. And she was like, maybe you're right. So
You see, so it's so
it's
great.
like those, yeah.
That's so much like work, even thinking about this.
Right.
Like, it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to think about your honeymoon and aspect that this is going to be so great. This is going to be so relaxing. And the planning aspect, it stays here and
Right.
you stay here. And like you have someone to advise how to do it better.
Yeah. And the peace of
So-
mind, I'm sure that you have, being on vacation, being on a honeymoon, knowing that like if there's somebody that, we need to contact, like if there's something that, I don't want to say goes wrong, but something that comes up, you have somebody that you can reach out to.
This year in January, we had the only 2 snowstorms. And I had a client in each snowstorm.
Yeah.
So one family, they couldn't leave the United States because
wow.
of the snowstorm. Another clients, they got stuck in Paris.
Man,
So
yeah.
it was
Not a bad place
I mean
to-
that's
to
a
get
better
stuck, yeah.
place, of course. They enjoyed it. They had the like extra 4 or 5 days there. But still, like situation happened
Yeah.
out of nowhere, and
And if you're on your honeymoon, like, why do you want to problem solve and try to come
course.
up with like, all right, what are we going to do now? Just call Victoria and say,
That's
what do we
what
do?
They did. They just called me like, "Can you take care of that? What should we do?" That's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
And my clients, it was her birthday, and she went on vacation with her daughter, like to enjoy it, to see Paris. It was her dream to have her 45th anniversary birthday right there. So they had a great time. And she called me, she said, like, we got stuck. That's it. Like, I called her, I found another flight. I said, like, this is your flight, this is your time. You have like few extra days. I booked the hotel for this extra days. Like, I got it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got it.
Yeah, that really is
Yes,
helpful.
so I mean, you never know, or it can be everything can go like right, and you just like go on a vacation, everything is great, and you don't need that extra, right, help or whatever. And I hope that no one is gonna need that.
Yeah,
That all the vacations, honeymoons, and everything is gonna go smooth, but
yeah,
you never know.
yeah. I think about even just if you changed your mind while you were there and you were like, hey, you know what, we didn't consider doing this, but now maybe it's something that we do want to do,
Sure.
and can Victoria will help us organize it. So I feel like just really like having somebody that you can connect with and just that kind of has your back during the whole process is definitely it's really underrated, and I definitely want to give like some helpful tips and advice to anybody that is either considering destination wedding, they're in the middle of planning, and they know they have their honeymoon coming up. So what are some of those things that you feel like are just common good things to know that a lot of people wouldn't realize as they're in the planning process?
For wedding and honeymoon, that's what I'm saying. Like the main aspect people don't know is actually that having someone is very. It's not like a must-have, but it's very important because you just miss all that extra experience and extra help you can receive, but you don't have it.
Yeah.
I think that's the main.
Yeah. And I think for if you are, I would imagine you're planning a wedding, there's no way that you can do all of that all on your own. Uh, and have it be in a totally different location. It's hard enough to do when it's like right in your backyard. And so, to organize something that's like in a different country is good to have some helpful experience in that. But and then I would imagine too, if you are planning a local wedding and you're also looking to book your honeymoon, it's enough as it is to just focus on the wedding itself. And then the honeymoon is one of those
It's a
things that,
lot.
yeah, that is to just have somebody that is taking care of it and you don't have to worry about it. That's definitely like a huge benefit for sure. So anything else that you want to share that you feel like would just be helpful or just like a good tip to have?
I mean, I can talk nonstop
Oh yeah.
about this event planning, travel planning. Like, that's something I I love, I'm passionate about, and I just want to share what I can bring to people's life, and people can know that there is a service actually that can make your life easier, right?
Yeah.
So,
Love
and
that.
knowing that like I'm in this industry, and event planning, wedding planning, travel planning, it's pretty much all not the same, but so close because it's all timelines, it's all like planning, logistics, and all that stuff, right? All together, you have to know what you do. And from the other side, like knowing that for someone it's not only a job but passion. And I like, as I said, like I like connections, and having vendors you can trust, having clients you can be trusted. So all together, like you find friendships, you find so much in this. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, I love that. I was gonna say I can tell, and I think anybody that's watching, they can tell like this is something that you're you're passionate about and that you care a lot about, which is I love to see that, you know, it's more than just like a job. This is something that you really want to make sure that anybody that's working with you has the best experience. And so I definitely want to make sure everybody knows where to find you if they want to reach out. So yeah,
We
any
have
like,
a website.
yeah,
Our website is magiceventsusa.com. And you can find all information over there. You can contact me through the link over there. All the Facebook, Instagram pages, all on the website.
awesome. And
Um,
what's your Instagram in case anybody wants to find you on there?
travel, I have two pages. One for the event planning, it's magicevents.usa, and another one for travel, victoria.globaltravel.
Awesome.
So,
So yeah, definitely. If you're in the process of planning at all, whether it's a honeymoon or you're considering destination wedding or you want to renew vows, whatever it is, definitely talk to Victoria. And thank you so much for
thank
coming
you,
to chat with
Tim.
me. This was awesome.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.